Our other top story tonight, the controversial religious freedom bill dead in our state, again, at least for now. The announcement came from the House Republican leadership today.
The bill said to protect people's religious freedoms was similar to a law in Indiana that got massive backlash. WNCN's Derek Waller's live in studio with more. Derek.
Well, Sharon, critics argued the legislation would have offered a license to discriminate against all sorts of people, but tonight it's dead before even coming up for a vote.
It's a victory for all of North Carolina.
A victory, Equality NC Executive Director Chris Gross says, was imminent after the business community and even Governor Pat McCrory came out against North Carolina's Religious Freedom Restoration Act.
Anything could be considered a religious objection. It would have meant that businesses could turn away gay or transgender people from their doors. Hotels could say you can't stay here.
IBM, which employs 14,000 people in Research Triangle Park, denounced the bill earlier this month after a similar law that passed in Indiana saw nationwide backlash. Governor McCrory also weighed in.
I think some of the items that are in the so-called religious freedom bill also make no sense.
Bill sponsors argued it was modeled after similar federal legislation that prohibits the government from infringing on an individual's religious rights.
We are going to take a position as a state to defend individuals' liberty and make sure we don't have government coming in and telling someone what their faith is.
But the North Carolina version was broader, expanding the definition of person to also include organizations, churches, and corporations, and it replaced the language substantial burden with just burden.
It's not just when you're doing, when you're dealing with the government, it's when you're dealing with anybody that you can have this claim. And that substantial burden, if we're talking a court case or litigation over what those beliefs are, really matters.
Well, that language is no longer a concern. The bill is not expected to come up next session either, Sean.
All right, Derek, thank you.